Hello, this is Stampy, and welcome to another behind the scenes video. Today, I am touring another one of my sketchbook world. So this is my PlayStation sketchbook world. I have the one I've shown you before, like my main one, I guess, on Xbox. This is the one which I've only ever really used on the Vita version. So basically, anytime I'm traveling, I always bring my Vita, and while I'm on the plane or trains or wherever, I'm always just kind of planning things to build. So when I get back, you know, I'm not wasting any time getting back into recording. So this is quite exciting for me because I've never seen this world on PlayStation 4. That's what I'm recording on. I just kind of moved it across. And so the draw distance on Vita is so tiny, and I've only ever seen this on a tiny screen. It's kind of weird seeing some of these things on a big TV, you know, and in full HD and being able to see way off into the distance. But anyway, let's get started then. Let's have a little bit of a wander. So this is endable. This is pretty much exactly as it ended up being. We can probably see a few mock-ups. I'm not sure what that was. I literally have no idea what that was supposed to be. This looks like this is kind of what one of the baskets was going to be like. It was going to be originally more like basketball. In the end, I kind of think that I'm happy with how I ended up making it be. But you can see that was more like a proper basketball hoop. But I'm kind of happier making my own thing rather than trying to make basketball. This is cool, actually. So this is a game I've been wanting to do for ages. The reason I'm not doing it is because I think people are going to think it's mean. Even though obviously they're not real pigs, people still don't like the idea of the pigs hanging. But this is basically like you jump onto the pig, and it's quite difficult, but you need to basically swing across them almost. So if you jump and sit onto the pig, I keep mucking up, there we go, like that, you can then kind of jump off and then try and make it to the next pig. And so it's kind of a game like that. And I just thought it was a really funny idea with them bouncing up and down. But yeah, I think I'm not going to do it just because it's probably a little bit mean for the pigs. This is me making my cinema. My movie magic cinema. You can see this is me playing around with different materials, different colors for the front. I realized that was kind of too similar to my circus, and so I kind of did it purple and yellow, which I think actually ended up looking really nice. And let's see, is this pretty much the same as it was before? Yeah, I think this is pretty much how it actually ended up in my videos. I don't think I changed it too much from this, and that was me. That's obviously when I came up with the name and just put down a sign to make sure I didn't forget. This is basically, because the problem with when I'm traveling is I can't take my lovely world with me. And so sometimes I might build something, but I don't know where it's going to fit in. So sometimes I kind of mark the area of my world. So if you imagine this is like the path down the middle, this is basically how much room I have to build in. This is basically just marking dimensions for myself. And what does this sign say down here? 92. So I guess this is 92 blocks along. So you can see this is me making sure that movie magic fits there. And then this is the film studio that fits in here. And what's on the inside? Okay, so it looks like I hadn't built any of the set yet. I'd kind of just worked out the outside, and I think these trailers actually ended up slightly different colors in the videos. But I spent a long time working out the outside. You can see originally it was kind of all this clapperboard design, and then I ended up kind of mixing it with the clapperboard and the film. I ended up changing the roof, I think. I think I made it white in the end, maybe. So I think that changed a little bit. This is the Boingy beaks minigame. That's what this thing here is. The actual game, like the outside, stayed pretty much the same. The biggest difference is the redstone, and this redstone is not quite as good as I got in my lovely world. Like, I was able to cut down on a lot of these repeaters and basically made the entire thing more efficient. So that was jolly good there. This is me obviously playing around with tripwires. I put a villager in there just so the tripwires would stay knocked down. What else do we have? Oh, we got the banana. A much steeper banana than ended up in my lovely world. I think this was me kind of working out the redstone for that. Once again, a happy villager testing the game for me. You can see originally, before I decided it to be a banana, I was kind of just playing around with it being just a colorful ride. And in the end, I was like, this looks like a banana. I should make that a banana. What is this? Oh, this is like my I have no idea what this game's called, but this was like my memory game. This was for my an Employee of the Month game for my fireworks shop, where basically colors get fired up into the air with fireworks, and you need to guess what color they are. So even things like that I do plan in my sketchbook world. No idea what this is, I'll be honest. Just playing around with some boats, obviously doing something there. What's this? This is something I don't recognize. Oh, this is quite interesting, actually. So if you remember my Maze Master game, is it round here somewhere, the actual finished version? I don't think it is. Maybe I moved over to my Xbox world when I carried on, but this was me playing around with the ideas of fence gates under the ground. And oh, pistons as well, I guess. Maybe that's just for the start. But yeah, you can see there's a bunch of fence gates. So basically it makes like an invisible maze that you need to make your way through. And originally it was just a straight up race. And I realized it was much more interesting with a bunch of people trying to race into the middle. So that was kind of the concept of that game before I ended up changing it. Here's Pig Pong. This looks pretty similar to how it ended up in my lovely world. We got the castle crumble game there. Oh, this is obviously the mole hole game before I knew what it was going to look like. This is where you got to shoot these with an arrow and then it drops down. You can reveal people. It looks pretty similar. A lot of these things I kind of start designing on the Vita, and then when I get home on Xbox, I kind of really flesh it out a little bit more. So there's less kind of final designs, I think, in this sketchbook world. What do we have down here? Shoe for you. Okay, I think that was obviously when I came up with the name for Shoe for you. And is this me working up the treadmill? Oh no, this is the mole hole still. This is still me working up the redstone for mole hole. Here is the shoe for you. You can see a few different designs. This is actually different. This actually is different to how it ended up looking. You can see me kind of working out a few different designs for the outside. This is me starting to work out the inside. And of course, the treadmill. This is me beginning to work out the treadmill as well. I wonder if this works. Let's see if I can throw some gravel in here. If I can find where any gravel is. Where's gravel? I can see. Let's just throw some sand in. Let's see if this does actually work or not. Oh no, this isn't going to work. That's going to knock that piston out of the way. Yep, this was obviously a work in progress of me working out the treadmill, and you can see there's a bunch of different designs. This took a very long time to work out. You can see originally it was kind of double, but I ended up making it much smaller. You can see another version here with kind of completely different redstone with me trying to work it out, until I ended up with the final design. A bunch of giant animals along the way around there. I don't think that's for anything in particular, for any mini games. What do we have down here? Ooh, I think, is this... I think this was for when I wanted my chicken trail game. Originally, I think I was going to be guiding the chickens over... Yeah, you can see there's chickens right there. That would make sense. I was going to be guiding the chickens over an obstacle course like this with a lead. I ended up kind of changing that game quite a lot, but you can see I played around with this idea for a long time. You can see I had the idea of kind of bringing them across here, kind of like a total wipeout type obstacle course, and I tried all of these different ways to have obstacles by kind of having different blocks, using doorways, obviously using trap doors and things. So I actually ended up really simplifying this game when I actually ended up making it and kind of got rid of all of these obstacles. I think these fire out water, and the idea is you kind of make them swim across the water. So I think there are some interesting things here that I could maybe use in a future design, climbing up ladders and things. But in the end, there we go. This is kind of closer to what it ended up being like. Oh, there we go. This is what the game ended up being like, where you're just kind of guiding them around this trail and trying to make them not go on the other person's side. You can see originally there was just one trail, and it kind of went around like this. Then I realized it was a lot more fun if the trails are close to each other, so you can kind of accidentally light the other person's side. I thought that just kind of made it a lot more fun. And then you can see me kind of obviously just working out the redstone and making sure that the lights stay on after the chicken goes over them. And yeah, that's the final design of that, I do believe. What else do we have down here? Oh, this is for the vet. This is me working out a few different designs. This is kind of how it ended up being. You can see originally it was much bigger. It's basically the shape of a V for the vet. There's a bunch of minecarts here. What's this for? It's obvious. Oh, I think I wanted to like have them getting stacked up or something. I think I kind of wanted like a Jenga style game. So I think they were supposed to get stacked up. Then you need to break them away, but you don't want them to fall down or something. In the end, it basically ended up not working properly. But I think it actually helped me create my leaky tap game. I think kind of that's what this ended up being. I might actually get rid of some of these minecarts because these can really lag the world. So let's go and break away some of them. You can see there's a few different designs of me playing around with that. Don't know what this is. I will be honest, a lot of this stuff I worked out a long time ago. This is me obviously designing the Fancy Pants restaurant. I worked out all of the outside of this, I guess, while I was on the road. That's pretty accurate to how it ended up being. You can obviously see me working out the dome here. This is me working out the tool trade mini game. One of my simpler games just because it's basically a blacksmith. So I didn't really need to spend too long designing the outside. It's really all kind of like the mechanisms on the inside. You can see me kind of playing around and kind of nailing all of that down. And there we go. That's obviously when I came up with the name and put down a sign for that. All right, let's go and look over this way. I kind of filled in the world in a bit of a weird way. There's not like an obvious way to look around. This is the honey hunt game. This is me working out the maze for that and the different routes, and I think that's pretty much how it ended up. And then you can see this is the one which is actually all filled in. Is there even an entrance to this thing? I don't think. Oh, there we go. There is an entrance down here. You can see that it's not completely finished yet, and none of the redstone was done. But that was me kind of working out the layer for that. This is my superior interior shop inside of here, looking pretty familiar to how it is in my lovely world. Obviously, playing around with different flooring patterns there. Don't know what any of this stuff is. I'm sorry. I know I should probably know what more of these things are because I built them, but a lot of it's done a very long time ago. This I recognize. So this is me designing a cobblestone generator. This isn't for the brick breaker game. This is actually me designing something for Caved In. You remember the frog in Caved In? If you've seen that, its like tongue pokes out. This was me working out how to do that, and my first time really working with an automated cobblestone generator. Over here we have, what's this thing for? I have no idea what this is. Does this like set all of these off? Oh, there's some signs here. Maybe these are going to help. Musical chairs. Okay. This is once again for one of my Employee of the Month games for my music shop, my Sounds Good music shop, where I would play musical chairs sitting down here and then would gradually go and break them away. And then these are basically some stages for us to dance on. This looks like this might be for Stonemaker, actually, or Brick Breaker. There we go. Yeah, this is it. This is maybe for Stonemaker and Brick Breaker. Then maybe I kind of carried on building it over here. And you can see it's very different. I think it's smaller. I think that's why it looks different. I think there's just more around the outside, but pretty much the concept was down at that point there. Let's go and look over this direction then. So this is obviously the TV station. Down here, the telly box, and this looks pretty much the same as it ended up on the inside. You can see me playing around with a few different ideas on the outside. Obviously, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a second. We can also see over here, this is me trying to design a music shop, not a music shop, sorry, a magic shop. I really want to do a magic trick shop, and that's probably something I'm still going to do. I haven't worked out the design yet. You can see this is kind of like a red curtain, and then these are magic wands. So I'm probably going to revisit that in the future. It probably won't end up looking like this. That was me just kind of playing around. This is for the antenna on top of the telly box. Originally, I wanted it to be like a satellite, and this is me kind of working out a few different satellite designs, and I think they look okay, but I think what I ended up doing looks better. It was just hard to do a satellite without it looking absolutely massive, and you can see a few different designs of the antennas that I was doing until I ended up with that one. Even like weird things like this, I was playing around with a little bit. This is the hot potato, the potato restaurant. I can see, I actually remember I spent a long time coming up with the design for the outside of this. At first it was all going to be glass. The top kind of was always pretty much the same with the automatic cooking device. You can see me kind of working that out a few different times here. I spent a long time working that out. That's the hot potato minigame that I made. I designed that here as well. You can see a few different versions of that as well. Then this is the kind of the design that I ended up sticking with, and the one I ended up building inside of my lovely world. This is me working out the front of the shop. Where it kind of fires out all of the fire. Let me see if this actually does work at all. No, wrong button. If I need to go to this. I know. I don't think, can I set it to night? Oh yeah, I can set it to night. Let's set it to night, see if this works. There we go. You can see that goes and all lights up just like that. Let's go and switch it back to today so we can see what we're doing. And you can see that there's a lot of different versions for how I was going to do that. A lot more complicated versions as well. I kind of ended up really simplifying it, which is always something that I try to do. I kind of get something, I have an idea, and I make it work, and then I spend a long time kind of just making it better and more streamlined and kind of improving it. What do we have over here? Oh, this is exciting. This is a sneak peek for something that I haven't built yet. This is me, I'm planning to do an aquarium. And the idea for this is to kind of make it so you can see actual fish kind of going around in the water. And that was me kind of making a design for this. And then this is kind of a little bit like the treadmill where if I add water in, then fish will kind of go along here. They will drop down and then go back up. So that's me kind of playing around with different ways to make fish swimming. I need a better idea. Like, this is all okay, but I need to kind of improve it. So I will do an aquarium at some point. I just need to work it out a little bit more. This is one of my recent mini games. As I'm recording this, I haven't actually built it in my lovely world yet. I'm sure I have. If I'm uploading this video, I'm sure that I would have by now. And this is I don't think I actually have a name for this game yet. Have I got a name for this game? I think it's like the Loser Chooser, I think I might end up calling it. And I really love the designer of this game. I spent a long time working out the pattern. This pattern changed a lot, and I mean a lot. And I sadly can't show you the changes I made because I kind of just destroyed it all and built it all again every time I worked it out. But I'm really happy with just how this game looks and kind of how it's a bit of an optical illusion, how you can't really see those buildings very well unless you kind of go down, and then you can kind of see them poking up like this. But yeah, hopefully this game ended up good. I'm looking forward to it at the moment. And then this actually has all of the redstone underneath. So is this going to work? Yeah, there we go. You can see how it all goes and changes color, and then in the end it's going to kind of settle on one color. And this took a lot of different alterations as well to make this work and kind of make it simple enough to be able to do in a video. You can see kind of some of my older versions of the design there, and kind of some older versions of me working out the pattern here. Beacon down there, and yeah, this is what I was saving a little bit for later. This is the Sky High restaurant, which is probably almost the same. The biggest difference is I think I ended up building it a little bit higher in my lovely world. Like I didn't have a set height, so I'm sure the height's different. I also think the kitchen is slightly smaller in this version, so there's a little bit more room, so the kitchen probably looks a little bit better in my lovely world. I just kind of accidentally built it bigger when I built it in my lovely world, which is fine. You know, it doesn't make any difference. No one saw what it was going to be like anyway. And then this is all of my designs working out what the towers are going to look like, and I spent ages doing this, trying to settle on something that I actually thought looked really nice. I think this is the one I ended up going for. Oh, this is me just marking whether it's light blue or cyan. I spent a long time switching between the two, and as you can see, it's only a very slight difference between the two. In the end, I settled with the light blue though, and you can see originally it was going to look like this, and then a whole bunch of different designs over here. Originally it was going to be this crazy spiral, which kind of ended up looking a little bit messy, and I kind of like the simplicity of the one I ended up choosing. And then you can see me. Oh yeah, this is quite cool actually. So if you look ahead of me, it looks like there's blocks there and blocks there, but nothing in the middle. But if we come to here, you can see that there is actually glass there, but it kind of turns invisible when you look like this. And I kind of discovered this. So I'm sure I'm going to use this in something in the future, because look, you can't see anything there. It's literally like there's no block until you go like that, and then you can see it. So I'm sure I'm going to play around with that. And you can see me after I discovered it kind of doing some things like this. You kind of need to get the angle just right, but honestly, you can't see anything there until I go like that. So I'm sure that's going to become useful in the future. Like a lot of the times when I'm designing one thing, I accidentally discover other things and then get distracted, which is why there's all of these kind of random things all over the place. This is for my Beat the Heat 2 minigame. This is another one which I haven't actually built yet in my lovely world, but a very simple design to look at. It's probably not the best looking minigame, but I kind of like the simplicity of it. But I really like the design using these tripwires. You can see that kind of lights up who wins and who loses, and the fact that it says lose on one side and win on the other side, I think is pretty clever. It's quite similar to the first Beat the Heat minigame, but the way that you win is just much better. And I always liked that game a lot, and I was kind of a bit sad that I built it, used it in one video and never did it again. So this is going to be now a permanent thing in my lovely world. This is me kind of working out some different designs. Oh yeah, this is... Actually, I'm not going to tell you what this is. This is me working out something for something that I haven't built yet, and I'm going to leave that as a secret for when I actually end up building it. And is that everything? I feel like that might be everything. So this world is much smaller than my Xbox world, because anytime I'm at home, I'm using the Xbox world to build in, but this world is actually probably growing quicker because I'm kind of traveling more. And you know, if I'm flying to the US, that's a good 10 or 11 hour flight. So that's, you know, a good 10 or 11 hours kind of planning all of these things. So even though I've kind of shown you this world now, like it keeps growing. So every time I think that my sketchbook world has grown, like maybe every half year or so, I can kind of give it another update and kind of show what it's ended up looking like. But yeah, this is what it looks like now. Hopefully you kind of found this interesting as a little bit of a behind the scenes on kind of some of the things that ended up being in my lovely world. Like I'm sure that people that watch all of my lovely world videos, this is going to mean a lot more to them because, you know, they're going to recognize a lot of things and hopefully find it interesting seeing what they could have been. But yeah, let me know if you want to do more videos kind of about my process on how I design and how I come up with them. Obviously, this is kind of showing stuff I've already done, but yeah, there should, in some way or another, be more behind the scenes videos coming soon on this channel. But yeah, that's the end of this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye!